If you don't know who I am, I have borderline personality disorder, and this is part 2 to how borderlines and narcissists are extremely similar to each other, even though borderlines don't usually like to admit it. So if you have borderline personality disorder and you're one of these borderlines that I'm talking about, listen very closely to the similarities and see if they can apply to you. I want you to think really hard about your past, maybe even pause the video just to think and see if this is what you've done. And for the record, this is not really about quiet borderlines. I mean, some of it might be, but this is just me, my experience. Borderlines and narcissists put on a mask for the world and take it off when they're around people that they're more comfortable with, people that they've started devaluing, but both care very much about what other people think of them. Do you do attention-seeking things to feel better about yourself? Sending pictures of yourself to get people to like you? Threaten to unalive even though you don't mean it? This would also be manipulation because you're looking for a certain reaction from somebody. That's why you're making the threats. Narcissists do this too. Me as a borderline and my borderline friends, I notice that we tend to talk over each other. We're not fully always listening to each other. We don't know when to stop talking and dominating the conversation. Have you tried to get your favorite person to stop doing things that are outside of being with you all the time? Not wanting them to see their friends or do their hobbies? Narcissists and borderlines. Are you very competitive? You don't back down. You won't let somebody else win. You have to win. Are you constantly criticizing people for things that bother you and they feel like they have to walk on eggshells around you? Have they said those words? I'm always walking on eggshells around you. You're so easily set off. I can't do anything right with you. Have you ever heard somebody say to you, you're not grateful? You don't appreciate anything that anybody does for you. You always have something to complain about. Have you made mistakes in the past, like in relationships, and that particular person is still trying to address your mistakes? They still want closure. They still want to talk about things. And you're saying, why can't you just move on from the past, stop bringing it up? Like you just don't want to take accountability. You don't want to talk about it anymore. You think that people should just forgive and forget. But when it comes to you, you cannot forgive and forget if somebody does you wrong. Have you done what some people might call crocodile tears? And in the moment, you might really mean it, but you go right back to doing the same things that the person was complaining about that you cried over. Bawling your eyes out like, please don't leave me. I know I messed up. I'm not going to do it again. And then you go right back to it. Are you always pointing the finger at somebody else? It always feels to you like it's somebody else's fault. You're always making excuses for the things that you do. Do you feel very bored without a lot of stimulation? Borderlines and narcissists, our brains are this little bit different from each other.